Sweet. Okay. Hello and welcome, friends, to Hopeless Gamer Podcast, episode 2. Today we have a great show today for you, including PlayStation 5 Pro rumors that have already started surfacing, which are a bit weird. The Game Awards that just went on a couple of days ago. The Initiative making Perfect Dark looks like a reboot by the looks of it. And Mass Effect and the Disney Investor Day announcements, which just kind of, like, I knew they were coming, but bloody hell, they just kept on spamming that. But first, let's talk about what everyone is playing, Cyberpunk 2077. What do you guys think?
Joke.
Well, wasn't it was the day one they made back their money that it cost them to make the game?
They made it on pre-orders, yeah.
8 million pre-orders?
It already in gold before it launched, didn't it?
They made over $8 million on Steam alone in pre-orders. That's US.
Damn, that's impressive.
Yeah.
It's a shame their share price dropped 29%.
Well,
Was that due to the bonuses to do with the gamer score?
Being how shit the game was.
Well, it scored pretty high, didn't it?
it's got 9s and 10s across the board, but if you look at everyone's reviews, no one was allowed to review it on console. Everyone had to review it on
really?
PC, and they weren't allowed to show any footage that they first captured on their own until after the launch date. So when reviews came out from IGN and that, they had to use Cyberpunk's, like, CD Projekt Red own footage and have their voiceover as the review over it. And then I know GameSpot, IGN, and Game Informer all re-released their reviews with their own footage like the day it launched. So they had 2 reviews up.
That's nuts.
It's never been done before. Never seen it happen before. So, yeah. Bit weird, but...
Like,
I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm not
So am
going to lie, I'm enjoying it. But Game of the Year definitely goes to Valhalla.
Oh,
apparently not. Apparently not.
Well, let's not talk about that. But if I was comparing the two, more fun at Valhalla than Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so, like, I'm enjoying Cyberpunk as well. Yes, it's buggy. It's nothing game-breaking so far. But
It's also a single-player game, so the buggy sort of thing adds to the twerking it, the creative nature of the game sort of thing. Everyone's going to try and find the different bugs and stuff like that. It's like the bugs that they were finding in Spider-Man when people are flying through the air and it's just this big silver octagon that they're stringing through because the Spider-Man's dropped off. That just turned into memes and all the rest of it.
I've probably played 10 hours, but I've been doing a few side missions.
Yeah.
And then I go to do a main mission before and it's like, stop. If you go any further, you can't go back to the side missions until after the main mission is finished. And I'm like, fuck, okay, that's short.
Yeah, it's only about 20 hours, but
Right.
like the main, if you mainline it, the story's only about 20 hours. But if you've met Johnny Silverhand, I'm guessing, Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, I'm deep into it. But
okay, so yeah, you've just flat bowled it. You flat bowled it.
Okay.
So I spent my first 6 hours before even meeting Johnny Silverhand just doing side missions.
Yeah, but there's a lot of side missions that are very hard too on the scale, and I fucking tried one and I got absolutely wrecked. I was like, fuck, okay, that is pretty hard. But I tell you what, I did just put on an attachment to my hand as a grenade launcher.
I was going to say, it's the rocket launcher one.
Shit.
I fucking love that thing. I just got it myself.
Wow.
I've created my character, and yeah, that's about it.
Does anyone put on the big dick energy?
I wanted the biggest tits possible. I wanted this chick with big ass knockers, and they fucking give you medium size. And then I was like, do I give her a dick or not?
I did.
I was like, nah, I'm going to have a clean vagina here. And
Am I the only one playing as an actual male?
I got the male one,
Oh,
but I think you spent about. I think I probably spent the least time of everyone else here in the character creator. I think mine was about 10 minutes Just hitting the random button about 5 different times, and I went, "Yeah, I like that one," and changed a few things around, and let's keep going.
Well, we were streaming at the same time, and you were through most of the freaking initial part, and I was still making a character.
Yeah, but you've overtaken me because I haven't even got to Johnny Silverhand yet.
Yeah, I gave up on side missions.
Too busy playing around.
I wanted some cool shit coming out of my hands.
Yeah, I randomised it until I got to the penis, and then I added it onto her. She looks lovely. Don't get me wrong. She's fucked a lot of chicks, though, mid-game.
I bet.
Give you that much.
Actually, in saying that, a little bit of a spoiler warning, but the Militech chick that you deal with in the prelude, has anyone gone and met her in the hotel room yet?
Yeah, certainly have.
Did you pick up the dildo that was on the thing?
Oh, fuck.
It's actually one of the most powerful melee weapons in the game.
Yeah.
By far. I'm one-hitting people with it. It's better than my guns.
Well, there's a couple of screenshots that have popped up on Twitter and stuff like that, and it's one of them's this display cabinet, which you think would just be a display cabinet of guns. It's a display cabinet of dildos from the biggest to the smallest, and I'm like, is this what we're down to? A game where we're going to melee wielding dildos and just belting people with them?
Yeah, that's in the red light district in Chinatown. I've been there. There's like they've got all the mannequins with strap-ons and penis cages and everything on it and stuff like that. And you just sit there like, I know there's a Ripper doc around here somewhere.
Birdie's at home.
It's insane.
Oh, it's funny.
So does this make do you reckon Cyberpunk's going to be the new GTA game that all the 14, 15, 16-year-olds trying to get their parents to buy them?
No, yeah. Hard out.
I reckon
that dildo that's like in a fucking half circle. Have you seen that one? That looked like a shit line on the bed when you went into that.
Oh, it's a double ender.
Yeah, but it was the way it was bent. I was like, someone taking a shit on the bed.
Someone's playing horseshoes. That's all it is.
Like, because there was a dildo at the bottom of the bed, and then up by the pillow there was a shit, and I'm like, it's a weird place to take a shit. And then I thought, nah, it's a double-ended dildo. Jeez, crazy.
Oh, that's funny.
But the game seems to be pretty easy to navigate. Like, you don't have to, from what I've seen, you don't have to go in and unlock a lot of areas to be able to fast travel to them. You can once you've unlocked the fast travel system, you can fast travel to them at any time you like.
Yeah,
which is unlike a lot of some of the single player games where you have to sort of run yourself out into those areas first, and then once you're in those areas, then you can fast travel back to where you were.
Yeah, it does unlock pretty nicely the fast travel points.
It is good. But yeah, the glitches are getting to me, but I'm so glad I've got a next-gen console because honestly, I've seen what Digital Foundry did with all their testing on the launch PS4 and Xbox One, and then the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, and then they did all their stuff they normally do, and holy shit, that game is unplayable.
Yeah, I saw PlayStation 4 was running at less than 720p.
Yeah, so hitting below 20 frames per second.
That's shit.
Yeah, that's what I felt sorry for Darth. He's been playing Cyberpunk on his One X, and it's been painful to watch.
It is better on One X than the other old consoles, but it's still not great. It's still running very blurry.
Well, the tweet came out that there was a day one patch that would incredibly change the game. I mean, if you've worked on this, 8 years, 9, 10 years?
It was 8 years, yep.
And you say on day one, we're releasing a patch that changes the game. It's like, the fuck did you not make it that way in the first place?
I honestly don't think this game should have ever been brought out on the PS4, Xbox One era. It should have just gone straight to next gen and PC. That's it.
Yeah, I think.
Can you imagine what Stadia is going to look like?
No,
it's going to run like shit.
What's Stadia?
VR sort of thing, isn't it?
No, Stadia is Google's game streaming service. You get the little box, and it streams it straight from a server. And
so in other words,
no one in Australia's got good enough internet for it. America's barely good enough.
You're gonna need a fiber pipe into your bloody house before you even be able to touch that stuff.
Yeah, it's already on Stadia, but I haven't seen anyone test it yet because all the big tech YouTubers and that in the US, and they can't even get a normal game to work on Stadia.
Fuck that.
Nuts.
But
Microsoft came and took a shit on them with Game Pass anyway, so I can't see Stadia.
Nah, that's exactly what it was made to build, made to kill was Game Pass. But the thing is, you still got to buy games on it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't technically own them because it's streaming.
So in other words, you should be renting a game, shouldn't you?
Pretty much. But
video stores.
Yeah, with the Cyberpunk Day One thing, I'm not even sure if it came to consoles because PC's running a version ahead of us.
Yeah, the patches started. The new patch that they've just done, 1.4 or whatever, started rolling out on Xboxes.
Yeah, okay. I got it overnight. It was 15 gig.
I still don't have it. I'm still running 1.0.02 and I'm
hoping mine's done it. Otherwise, I can't get it to initiate the update. So
I'm on 1.0.4.0, so I must have got the update overnight.
Is it 2 zeros?
Mine's 1040.
1040.
Yeah.
Because like PC has been running 1.02. But
yeah, mine must have got the update then.
Oh, looks like I have updated. I wonder when that happened.
Overnight.
It's just like one of those things where you're sitting there re-downloading all these games so they're Series X compliant. It's not a patch update, it's a bloody re-download.
Pretty much.
You go into Forza and the next minute you having to re-download everything in fucking Series X. Or like all the Lego shit and you don't play anymore. It's like, wicked.
I still play it. I like Lego.
Oh, so do I. But, I hardly go back to it now. But I guess to use the cars, you got to have the patch.
Mm.
Well, the update of 8 gig, and every one of those was about 8 gig too.
But overall thoughts on Cyberpunk? Do we think it's a half decent game? It's definitely playable the way we've got it.
Oh yeah, I think it's a great game, but it's not worth the hype that they built it up to be.
Oh, that's big words.
I think most of the hype was more surrounding the fact they kept delaying it, so that must be good.
Yeah.
No,
I prefer Valhalla, like I said before. So yeah, I know they're two totally different games, but in terms of hype and that, yeah, Valhalla won it for me.
That's fair.
I'm going to give it a couple of weeks. Some decent patches to come out, and then I'll probably sit down and have a good crack at it.
I did turn the grain filter off in the blur motion, and it makes the game look a lot better on Series X.
Yeah, I turned off motion blur and the chroma one because the chroma one is just lighting effects hitting certain objects around the side, but all it does at the moment is literally makes everything a lot more blurrier, and I found that I'm getting much better frame rates, and actually everything looks a lot crisper, but I'm still getting the lighting effects, so I don't know what the fuck they're trying to add on with the chroma.
Are you using quality or are you using priority?
I'm using quality, so it's locked at 30 frames and it's very smooth at 30 frames, but you get that better resolution. Going to performance, it will go up to 60 and sit around 55, 60 sometimes with the occasional drops, but it comes out blurry.
Yeah. I use it on quality. Only because I'm playing on my 65 in the lounge. I'm not playing on my gaming setup, so it looks awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, well, was it one streamer did 20 hours straight of Cyberpunk when it dropped?
Was that Shroud?
Yeah, 20 hours straight.
What did Dr. Disrespect do? I thought he was doing 24.
He practically almost did. He stopped for a little bit in the between, but he was only on it. He only took an hour break, from what I saw.
Yeah, but it probably took him, 5 hours to get the thing to load, didn't it?
Yeah, he was sitting and just chatting not just chatting, but he was sitting there with it on his fancy background, trying to load the day one update to Steam because it just kept crashing because everyone had loaded the servers. And people were just like donating him $500 and stuff like that. And he's sitting there going, it went up 1%. Fucking hell.
Yeah, $500 more.
I'm just like, you're fucking kidding me. He's made like about $4,000 in the fucking time it's gone up 1%.
Jeez.
Like, it's fucking stupid. But yeah. Let's move on from Cyberpunk. I know we could probably talk about it for an hour, but let's not. Because we're probably going to talk about it a few more times anyway, let's face it. The PlayStation 5 Pro rumors. Now, I know a couple
of Sony need to make sure they get their current waiting list out bloody door before they look at doing another console. And probably sort the storage issues.
Yeah, the storage is a big one. But who saw these rumors and what did they say? Because everyone that I've seen has been slightly different.
So I looked up just before, just to refresh myself. So they put a patent out for dual GPU.
Yep.
So
that's what I saw.
They're looking at how they're going to get basically the GPU that's in it now, multiply it, how they're going to get it to work. Basically, are they going to have one doing output, one doing input? You know, how they're going to get it to talk? There's a lot of companies have already come out and said, well, you know, we're trying to build to this infrastructure that you have already. If you're going to have dual GPU, it's just going to throw us way out and so far behind in our builds that games aren't going to come out and support it. So what do you want us to do? I've also seen one for the PS5 Lite, which is something similar to what the Series S is, to try and combat the cheaper market. But I don't know. Like, I've also seen PlayStation 5.
Didn't they do that with the no disc? Fucking hell.
I think the Sony needs to concentrate on just getting the current system they've got into quite reasonable demand, because even if you have a look at streamers or people that play games on PC, a lot of them are back to single card setups. No one's running dual card setups. The ones that I have seen that are running dual card setups seem to have a bucket of issues when it comes to getting Call of Duty or Apex or anything to run up at 240 or 144 or anything like that, because they're just having driver issues and everything to go with the dual card setup. So most people that I've seen have been pulling dual card setups out and going back to single GPU setups.
So I watched the NVIDIA thing, and the only 30 series RTX you can sly are the 90s.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go and spend $4,500 a GPU and then put them in sly, it's like, what's the point? Why not just stick with one and go from there?
And one's going to run the games that we currently have out at max res at the desired frame rate that people want to game at. So I don't see the point in running the dual setup. So why is Sony going to try and do a dual CPU PS5? And it means game developers are going to have to rewrite game code or write game code to pick up the dual CPU setup.
If they can pull it off and it works seamlessly, it will work really well. But you've got to have everybody able to build to that specification, and that's probably going to take 5 years.
The biggest thing with that killed off SLI for gaming anyway, because some people still use it for video rendering and all sorts of shit, but it's because no game developer wants to actually patch it in to their software. So why would NVIDIA spend all this money making all their new GPUs and everything SLI compatible and have the drivers for it? Like, it's a waste of time, money, effort, everything.
Yeah, only to be looking at helping out a small minority of the community
that just have too much money and not enough sense.
If Sony can get it to run, they can get it to run. But at this point in time, I think they got bigger issues they need to be sorting out rather than trying to build another console with a dual GPU setup.
No, I would love to see it, just to see the technology and how it works. But I think it will be a failure if they do go that way. But there seems to be this trend with Sony patents anyway, that they'll patent a lot of ideas that they have, but they'll never put them to form. It's because they don't want anyone else to do it.
Yeah.
They want to own the idea, and they're never going to use it, but they don't want someone to beat them to the punch if it becomes, like a thing.
Did anyone see the PS5 NVM external hard drive ones or the NVM chips that you're going to be able to run extra storage on your PS5? There were rumors floating around that the 2 terabyte one that Sony actually approves is about the same price as buying a diskless PS5.
A dickless PS5.
Yeah.
That's
About
all of them.
Well,
So this is just getting ridiculous.
Well,
I mean,
the memory
the Xbox
cards.
One was a terabyte. Terabyte was $400 for us in New Zealand. So 2 of those is 800, which is the console again.
Yeah.
So it fucks me off because most of the people buying consoles can't afford to buy extra storage. Don't have the fastest internet to be downloading games left, right, and center.
But at least Microsoft thought of that and allowed the fact that you can copy Series X games onto an external hard drive. It'll just come up and say that the game can't be run.
Yeah.
PS5, I don't even think you can plug an external hard drive into it and copy anything off it. So
not at the moment.
To me, I think both sides of the fence sort of thing in the console war have got a bit of developing to do to get these next-gen consoles up to probably the limit that they need to be at, or the minimum specs, so to speak.
Maybe they should have waited a year.
Maybe.
Develop those hard drives, develop whatever they needed to make it fucking work better.
The only problem I see with that idea is they didn't want to get left behind like they did with the PS3 era. They were a year behind Xbox 360 and they got destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. And I think that's the biggest fear.
You could tell with the Sony launch that they were trying to catch up to Microsoft. Microsoft, when they announced their delivery date, their price and everything, I reckon took Sony by surprise.
Oh,
yeah. But then I felt it was who's going to pull the gun first. Whoever's gonna say, "Yep, we're coming out here," the other company's going to be like, "Oh shit, what the fuck do we do now? Do we come out a week before or a couple of days after?" You got to, all the marketing teams would have been like, "Oh crap, here comes 24-hour days."
Yeah, I saw it as a bit of a game of chicken, honestly, with saying those two. No one wanted to spill the beans first.
No.
You can see it. You can see the fact that Sony were behind the 8 ball when Microsoft announced when the Series X was coming out, and they had to scramble to try and get the PS5 out to make sure that they were competing and not losing market share, because the PS5's already had two firmware updates for the console, and it's already had a firmware update for the controller.
2 of them, isn't it, for the controller?
Could be 2 for that as well. So they hadn't got all of it up to scratch before they released that console. While Microsoft's come out with a Series X, and I haven't seen an update for anything yet. I know you had to update your controller on day one, sort of thing, when you plugged it in, but you sort of expect that.
We have had one Series X update. They added in new themes and stuff.
Yeah, they made it a bit brighter in there, don't you?
Yeah, they added in. They added in more of the those dynamic themes. How it just had the line. There's 7 different ones now.
Yeah.
But they did do some performance upgrades and stuff. But that's it. They've done one update, and it was pretty minor.
Yeah. Yeah, how good's the Xbox, really? Hey? Fantastic.
We're going to move on then.
Big fan.
The Game Awards. Who watched the Game Awards?
I was playing Cyberpunk.
I was working. I did see some stuff. A lot of people pissed off.
Yeah,
Pokemon Go had their
had the whooper.
Like, fucking, you don't need that shit in Game Awards. I mean, come on. It's bad enough you load the game and they're fucking whooper everywhere.
They were doing was it Watch Twitch and you got a Fortnite drop and something else? It was the other game. There was another game that you had to, if you're watching, you get a drop for that off Twitch.
Yeah, there was a couple going.
Because I think at one stage when I went in and had a look, there was nearly 500,000 people watching the Twitch stream.
You know,
I don't know whether they're watching or whether they were sitting in it.
How sad is that Master Chief's gone to Fortnite? That's kind of fucked.
No, you know what's you know what's pissed me off about this? I said I'd never play Fortnite, right?
Don't fucking dare.
And then they tempted me with Master Chief. That was bad enough, but they brought in Red versus Blue as well. That's practically my fucking high school life right there. And they're bringing in Blood Gulch from...
Don't do it, Birdie.
from Red versus Blue. I'm so upset.
And then you throw the Mandalorian in. And
like, I love Star Wars, but that didn't even tempt me. As soon as they brought in Chief and Red versus Blue, fuck.
Who can build? Anyone build on Fortnite?
I don't know. I've only played the.
I can build
demo.
one wall in front of me to use as cover.
Yeah.
Okay, your cover, I'll be flank.
I can't do the whole buddy. Someone starts shooting at me and I got a tower and build myself a tower to hide in.
No, neither. I can wreck guys. Fuck, I can wreck them, but I can't build for shit.
I used to have more fun just firing rockets into people's builds to say, "Hey, try and stop this."
Was that us on Fortnite then, boys?
I still haven't played it since it was a demo tower defense game. At EB Expo.
I think we told the story last time, but Coxy and I ran 4 games, 104, and that's it. We quit. Never went back.
Oh my god!
I think I played maybe the first or the second season or something like that with Darth and a few others. And then I jumped back in for one to play because my daughter wanted to play it. So I thought I'd jump in with her. And first game up, I didn't realize you were playing bots and you pretty much go through and you're guaranteed a victory out of that one. So I was like, why am I shooting people and they're not shooting back? I was like, clearly I'm in a bot lobby or something like that. So I go through for that. Then I played the next game, and because I hadn't played for so long, it pretty much reset my matchmaking. So, yeah, the half a dozen games I did play were great games because I just had complete idiots running around.
Well, maybe our first game was a bot lobby, Coxy, but you got wrecked a few times. I had to pick you up. Oh shit!
Apparently, it does have other people in it, but if there's not enough people of the same level sort of thing, they just throw bots in to make it.
Yeah, there was definitely some real boys there.
Just like going back on Apex with a Smurf account and you just get a 20 kill game. I love that.
I've been wrecking with the RE45 at the moment.
If I want an easy lobby, I get my daughter to host a game and jump into that for Apex.
Man, I wasn't streaming just before, but I got a prowler on the last care package drop, wrecked 2, and then finished the 3rd guy who was way back with a prowler. Fuck me. Oh, that thing just goes, eh? I love it.
It's OP as hell.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, with these Game Awards, like, obviously, Kiwi, you thought that you wanted Valhalla to win, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Was it in the awards or was it too late of a release?
Probably too late.
No, it was in there.
Is it? Okay.
It was nominated.
And what won it? The Last of Us or some shit.
The Last of Us Part 2 won it. But apart from Among Us, The Last of Us Part 2 won the most awards.
No. So I saw Among Us won Mobile Game of the Year.
It won more than that.
No, but the big one that I thought was mobile. And I'm like, how the fuck did it win that? Isn't it
That's what it started at.
It was developed as a mobile game.
Was it?
Fuck that shit.
And it just went crazy on Steam. They won so many awards for a 4-person team. Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
it's like PUBG in Asia. PUBG in Asia is a mobile game.
Yeah, it doesn't work on computer.
They don't play it on PC. They play it on a bloody Android phone most of the
Oh,
time.
I need to go and play it, eh?
Their
Oh, it's
esports,
hard.
their esports tournaments are all on mobile.
Yeah, I got a friend. I
For
got
PUBG.
a friend in Malaysia that's got some esports team, and one of his esports team is a PUBG mobile team.
Is that Darth?
No, it's one of his mates.
Jeez. Nuts.
And
Absolute
whose
nuts.
fathers told them to never go anywhere playing video games?
Still does.
Mine gave up a long time ago.
Yeah. But,
Good times.
yeah, so Last of Us winning that. Assassin's Creed did win a couple. I can't quite remember what.
Yeah, I think when a game comes out that late, though, it probably shouldn't have even been classed until next year, right?
Yeah,
I
but then it
honest-
won't even get a
I
look
honestly
next year.
think that games coming out early in the year have the disadvantage because everyone forgets about it.
God of War, perfect example.
Yeah.
Came out start of the year. I mean, it did win Game of the Year in 2018, but it should have won a bit more.
Mm. But yeah, like
Surprised Animal Crossing didn't pick up a lot more for how much hype and how much gameplay that had.
Yeah, they got a fair bit, eh?
yeah, got a couple, but that was one of those things that was just a necessity of the time it came out.
Yeah.
Lockdown.
But yeah, like it was impressive announcements and stuff like that, and like in the pre-show with Sydney Goodman from IGN, like they had Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2 both up for Adventure Game of the Year. And I mean, that's your two front runners for Game of the Year right there. And 9 times out of 10, whatever wins Adventure Game out of the year wins Game of the Year anyway. And as soon as Last of Us Part 2 go, you're just like, yep, okay. Don't even need to wait till the end.
Right.
But yeah, apparently it wasn't even close. Which is a shame, really. I think
Was Gears of War 5 even in there?
Gears 5, no.
Yeah.
That was last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Microsoft have got enough studios now. They should be able to give it a good crack at Game of the Year awards, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well,
Should be open.
Yeah, let's talk about Microsoft Game Awards.
Halo. When's Halo coming out?
They didn't do anything Halo-wise apart from Fortnite. But
Nah, but I see Halo's already dropped on the app in America for pre-download.
yeah, it
All
happens.
of 2021 though. Like
Yeah.
they were slating it for a launch title, and then it got pushed back, and we're like, okay. And now it's fall of 2021. I'm like, cool. So we have to wait another year.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
summer.
expecting that,
Summer.
honestly.
I think summer,
Yeah.
which is our winter, so it's not far away.
I think it's going to be pegged around April, March, personally.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
They probably tried to slot it into an time when there's not so many games coming out, maybe.
yeah, it's worked for PlayStation so far.
Well, Far Cry is always a February, March release, isn't it? And that got pushed back. So yeah.
But
Be around
Are we in for a couple of years of delayed games due to COVID?
oh, it's going to be more than a couple. I think it's going to be a 3-year slate. Especially game developers that just started early this year. They would have got freaking smashed.
Yeah.
Let's hope Treyarch never gets another fucking Call of Duty title.
Totally agree.
And season 1 hasn't even dropped yet.
And that, I don't think I'll be purchasing.
We'll see how that goes anyway. But yeah, the big Microsoft news was literally the initiative finally announced they're making the game that everyone thought was going to happen as a joke, but it was Perfect Dark. Has anyone actually played Perfect Dark in the past?
Xbox 360 launch title, yep.
That's Perfect Dark Zero. That's the second one. Did you ever play the first one in 64?
On 64, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But fucking too long ago to remember.
I fucking love that game. That was originally made by Rare, and its biggest tout was literally from the creators of GoldenEye.
Yeah, that's a game that should come back.
Fuck yeah.
Well, it's coming back. Has anyone seen the trailer for this?
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
It was like, as soon as it goes up the skyscraper, and you see the Data Dime freaking logo, I lost my shit before they even showed Joanna. Like, as soon as I saw Data Dime, it's that imprinted in my head, because that was like, when that came out was when I moved from my hometown to Esperance, and like I had no friends for 12 months, but I had Perfect Dark.
You still got no friends, guys.
I know.
But yeah, it was a good game, eh? I did enjoy it. I didn't lose my shit like you did.
I absolutely lost my shit.
I
didn't like Perfect Dark Zero, but Perfect Dark, yeah. So I'm excited to see what a quad AAA freaking studio can do with Perfect Dark.
It has to be good, right? It has to be good.
You'd think so. They have some of the best freaking developers in the world working for the initiative.
Yeah.
Well, time will tell when they start sending out gameplay trailers and stuff. Maybe, or I was going to say maybe E3 2021, but is it going to be an E3 2021? That's the other story for another day, I think.
Is it going to be an E3 ever again? We'll talk about that in the next podcast, folks.
We'll get there one day. I got some research to do on that to see how the freaking foundation that runs it is actually faring, because I'm pretty sure they almost went bankrupt because of COVID.
Well, last year when you had big names not at the event, it was a lot of people talking, will there be another one?
Oh yeah, I know. And it's gonna keep happening.
A lot of them resort to just doing their little online 40-minute videos, hour-long segment sort of things.
I mean, you can put some production value into online.
Yeah, well, you've seen that with like the best case. One of it was the last Apple presentation with the shots that they had going on through there, where like they pan from one person to the other and they're going through the buildings up in the air and dropping down somewhere else. It's just, even professional videographers were in awe of some of the stuff that Apple was doing.
It is weird.
So imagine when Microsoft and stuff like that put some money into it.
So with that, they also had kind of like a 30-second spill trailer for Mass Effect, and it literally just said Mass Effect will continue.
Is that before or after they do the remix or whatever they're doing?
I'm not sure, because they just said Mass Effect will continue.
Because aren't they bringing the old games up to
they're
4K
doing
and all the rest of it?
They're doing the remaster of the other ones, the trilogy.
But I hope we don't see games going down that track again.
What, remasters?
Yep.
Oh, you don't like them?
It just seemed to be full of it on the One X and the One, like.
Oh, they're on everything.
Just hit with the remakes after remakes, and you know what? With this whole COVID thing, we're probably going to see it again.
It'll probably happen, but like I don't mind them when they're good. Like I think Resident Evil 2 was a perfect example.
Yeah, as long as they don't go and remake fucking something they just released, you know what I mean? With a whole new set of achievements and shit.
Nah, it won't be like that. I think Mass Effect's due though. Like it's been a long time.
Comes down to having new IP ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was there something to do with Dragon Age as well?
Yeah, new Dragon Age.
There is a new Dragon Age. But what I find funny is they announce a new Mass Effect is still on its way, and a new Dragon Age, and the GM of BioWare, Casey Hudson, announces that he's leaving again after he left and came back already, and his Mass Effect was his baby. And Mark Dara, who is making the new Dragon Age game, left with him.
Wow.
And that Dragon Age was his baby as well. So these are literally the creators of these original games. Just gone by. See you next time.
Maybe they're stale. Maybe they want some fresh blood.
Maybe. I've also heard rumors there's been problems in BioWare, especially around the Anthem release, that there's the working conditions were pretty bad. So it might be in reaction to that as well.
Isn't Anthem free now?
Don't know.
It's Anthem. Game Pass.
Anthem's like a virus.
Anthem's out free on EA as part of Game Pass.
There you go. And it's worth actually paying. They should pay you $20 to play.
Is it that bad?
Actually, the flying around is like what you'd want any Iron Man game to be. It's absolutely fucking amazing. But that's it.
I downloaded the demo for that game, and I couldn't invert the look on it, and I was like, fuck this shit. Went down to EB Games the next day, cancel my order, please. I'm not fucking playing this trash.
Well, they actually had that in the game from launch.
Don't
You
care.
actually pre-ordered it, Coxy?
But
Yeah, put my $10 down.
It was
and then,
promising. It was a promising game.
Yeah,
It just didn't live up.
Well, aren't they overhauling it?
Yeah, for the last year and a half.
I was going to say, what version of overhauling are we up to? Like, I think they've done it 2 or 3 times now, haven't they?
Let's get into it then, Coxy.
I think they tried to make it like Destiny and just couldn't get the feel for it.
Yeah.
The same thing's happened with the Avengers game that's just come out. Like, if you think about it, it's got all the right mechanics and everything, but no one wants to play it.
No.
Bro, the line at E3
tanked hard.
Yeah, the line at E3 for Avengers was like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck that shit. And then I was waiting in line for Borderlands 3, and I heard a couple of people talking about how shit it was. Like they'd waited 4 hours to play it, and we're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, this game's going to tank hard. This is going to be shit. And then
that'll come to Game Pass.
roll on, what? Year and a half comes out, and it's tanking.
Yep.
What was it? Yeah. The story mode wasn't too bad, but then it just got repetitive in multiplayer where you had to just keep doing the same old grind to level your characters up.
It's got the same problem as Destiny 2 had when that first came out. There's no end game. You did a story, you're done. Who cares?
I might play it.
Grinding to max light level.
Destiny 2 is actually fun now. I'll give it that. Going back to it.
I need to play
it. I don't find it that great, Coxy. Me and Coxy played it about a week ago.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Brought back some nostalgia, but
it just brought back the grind for me. I went, maybe not.
I'm trying to get my way through some of the story in Destiny 2, and that's wait till I finish that and see what happens.
Yeah, anyway, Cyberpunk.
Anyway, speaking of Avengers, that was a great segue. The Disney investor announcements. Did anyone see all the tweets coming out about this?
No, I've seen the photo of everything that's supposed to be coming out for the Marvel sagas.
It was ridiculous. Like, they've taken with their Star Wars thing, they've kind of taken the Mandalorian and they're doing 3 spin-offs just off of that.
Nah, fuck that. Who cares?
I actually want the Ahsoka one.
At the end of the day, it's just Disney milking as much money out of this franchise as they can to make back the money that they paid for it.
And yet Microsoft still spent more on frickin' ZeniMax. In saying that, Skyrim's coming to Game Pass.
But
it's on everything, isn't it? Including your fridge.
Yeah.
Nah, Skyrim was one game I could never get into.
Wow.
I think I've tried to play that game about 3 times so far.
I think I've finished that game about 30 times.
Nerd.
Yeah, I don't think I've got through it once.
I'm a nerd. But anyway, I'm going to rattle off quite a lot of shit quickly. So from Disney, the Marvel scheme for Disney Plus series. So this is their original series. They've got WandaVision, The Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, Hawkeye, What If, Ironheart, Armor Wars, Secret Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel 2, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. That's a lot of shit.
Like, I'm quite interested in to see Hawkeye.
Yep.
You know, because I felt like he was a character that could have run with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm quite interested to see that. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier would be one to watch as well, I think.
Is that the movie that's coming out, or is it just going straight to Disney?
No, these are all series. These are like multi-episode series.
Okay, I thought they were doing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was a movie.
And there's also Loki, which if you've seen the trailers for that, it looks really good.
Just seems to me that Disney's just giving every single Marvel person their own TV series or movie.
Oh, yeah, it was going to happen. I actually want to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. It's not out till 2022 though.
See, everyone's like, "Oh, you need to watch Guardians of the Galaxy." I'm like, "Why?"
It's fucking funny.
Like, I tried to watch the first one and I found it boring.
Oh, okay. It's just my kind of humor. Very lowbrow bullshit.
I don't like Chris Pratt.
That's a big problem.
Yeah, and I think with him, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love Dave Bautista.
He's funny.
And I've loved him since he was Batista in WWF.
Yeah.
But, yeah, nah, not me.
Actually, in saying that, for stupid shit like that, did you see this freaking trailer for Arc 2?
No.
I saw something about it.
With Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
in
fucking Vin Diesel's in Arc 2. Exactly. I was just like, what the fuck is this?
I was just laughing at all the memes that came out afterwards to do with Fast and the Furious and dinosaurs.
Put a nitrous tank up a T-Rex ass, see how that goes.
Fuck yes. Could you imagine a T-Rex with NOS? Fuck, that thing would haul ass.
Velociraptor.
I'm playing that new fucking Forza Horizon last night, the Super 7 series, and some dickhead's gonna put fucking T-Rexes in the middle of the track.
Oh, I gotta check.
I'm
that
like,
out.
are you serious? Yeah, it was on one of the
the builds.
one of the missions. Oh my god. Yeah.
Anyway, movies they announced for Marvel was Black Panther 2, and apparently they're not recasting the main character, so I think they've already shot everything.
Yeah, they must have then, eh?
Or they're doing a Fast and Furious type thing there where they just literally find someone that looks similar and CG over it. I mean, they did pretty good.
Lie, that final scene when Paul Walker and Vin Diesel are driving off together, it's pretty emotional.
Oh, yeah. We can all agree to that.
Although everyone knew he had cancer though, and the studio would have. Well, we didn't, but everyone else did, and I'm sure they probably would have shot it. I reckon.
I thought he hid most of it.
He did hide most of it.
He did, but the studio would have known, so they probably would have. They probably would have had it all filmed. I'm guessing.
I think his main thing was he just didn't want to be treated differently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
He did make a dent in the when you're seeing when he passed away and all the responses that were coming out. He definitely left a legacy.
Oh, Marvel's actually changed their opening sequence for their movies now, and it's literally a tribute to him.
Oh yeah,
like the whole Marvel thing. It's got all the comics thing over the lettering.
Yeah.
About 3 seconds into it, it just all goes to a big tribute to him.
That's pretty cool. That's good of them though.
I've seen it in a few places actually.
Ant-Man and Wasp should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Doctor Strange, I like the first one, but it's a movie I can't just go watch over and over.
No. It's one of those ones that you watch to get the information on what's happening in the MCU and then you move on.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four movie is going to be interesting.
Now, see, when the original Fantastic Four came out and then Rise of the Silver Surfer, I quite enjoyed those.
They were good. Except Captain America was in them.
Yeah, I mean, Deadpool was in fucking the Green Lantern, so...
I mean, yeah. They should do a crossover on that. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I'm more interested to see how these Star Wars series pan out sort of thing after not doing any spoilers, sort of try not to do spoilers with The Mandalorian, but have to see Ahsoka in the Mandalorian series and brought to life there after seeing it in the cartoon form.
Yeah.
It sort of also helps you to line up where Mandalorian is sitting in the series of the events of the whole Star Wars thing.
Well,
but I don't know how much longer can they keep slogging that thing along till they run out of content, or are we going to see that Disney and Lucasfilms are going to actually deep dive into putting some content in between the movies that they brought out? Because that to me would be a nice thing if they started to develop some of the other characters that were in the movies and show how it led up to what happened in the movies.
I can't have your Star Wars guys.
Yeah, me either.
I don't watch it.
Fair enough.
I'm out on that one.
Mostly, I actually think that most of these series are actually trying to do that, is trying to fill in the gaps that have been made. They've been filled in the past by books and comic series and things like that. But Disney's making sure it's within their own canon.
Just hopefully George Lucas has written enough good notes in there as to what he was thinking when he was developing these movies. So
he's still working on them.
So they're not going off and doing their own little, what they perceive to be in that area. Because, I don't know if Disney would be that good at that one.
Well, the Ahsoka timeline that they've chosen to go with, which is kind of weird, because when you see in The Mandalorian, she's got the white lightsabers. George Lucas wrote that series of books of how she got them. So they must be going along with that.
Guess so.
Because that was an interesting story of how she got them. So they're doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which apparently is not a spin-off of Mandalorian at all. It's its own set thing. The Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, Star Wars The Bad Batch, and they're all spin-offs of the Mandalorian series. And they got the Star Wars Andor thing as well, which is all about after the Death Star destroyed Andor or something. I didn't really read into it too much. They've got the Acolyte. They've got a droid story, which is C-3PO and R2-D2 with a third droid, apparently.
Well, do they have a love child?
I have no idea. They just... Literally, the description says C-3PO and R2-D2 going on adventures with a third new addition to the series. Or something. I'm like, that's fucking good information.
He's the droid made from the spare parts. He's the parts droid. He comes and follows them around if they need spare parts.
They should do...
at a bar.
They should... what is it? BD-1 from the Star Wars game that Respawn made? The little mini droid? They should do it here.
Yeah, Jedi one.
Yeah. They got Star Wars Lando, which is all about Lando Calrissian, and Star Wars Visions, which I have absolutely seen nothing on, but apparently it's coming. I think it's just like a behind-the-scenes type thing, but we'll have to see. And they finally announced the Star Wars Rogue Squadron movies actually happening, which I think would be cool.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
I mean, Rogue Squadron's all about X-Wing fighters.
Oh, so I'll be sending my wife out on a date with another person for that then.
She's a Star Wars fan.
She loves it, and I had a flatmate a couple of years ago when the two movies came out, and they were like, "Oh, should we go on a date together?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck off! Just get out of my house." Do what you want. I can come home at the end of it.
Anyway, speaking of stuff that's coming out, has anyone seen the photos from the Super Mario Land being built in Japan?
Oh,
yes,
I really want to
did.
go there.
Yeah, I did the other day.
And I'm just like, that is going to be one of those bucket list items. I know that, but how swamped do you reckon that's going to get when that gets opened?
Oh, I think we'll give it 5 years. 5 years and it should die off.
Apparently, they're not delaying the freaking open for it, even with COVID.
Wow.
Well, I know that the Japanese government was in discussions with Australia, probably New Zealand as well, and everything like that. They were going to incentivize for us to go travel in Japan when COVID was starting to be, when the vaccines come out and travel's starting to initiate. There's something like they've got $1.5 billion or something like that to help subsidize us to go traveling up in China, up in Japan, just to get the whole economy going again and everything like that. I'm like, I don't. If you're going to pay me to come and go Super Nintendo World, I'll go to Super Nintendo
I was going
World.
to say, I don't want to fucking go to China. We're almost at war with China at this point.
Let's go.
Oh yeah,
Let's plan a trip. I've got a tour guide that'll help us fucking everywhere we need to go. All we have to do is pay her to help us, pay for her to come with us, and fucking we can go anywhere.
Yeah, well, Birdie didn't like my idea. We're going to go over and buy a car from auction and just
fucking knew you were going to do that. Because I know if you do it, I'm going to fucking buy one too.
That's a fantastic idea. Can you buy us one too?
Oh, fuck off.
I'll take an Evo 8, thanks.
Why?
We'll buy an Evo wagon. We'll drive that around Japan.
Oh, they're legal here now, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll send it back when we're done.
They're worth mint.
Auto ones aren't.
I've always wanted to go to Japan since they had the Mario Karts around the streets. Like that's
been cancelled now.
Yeah, they stopped.
Oh, has they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was on my list to do in Japan, and it got fucked over.
Ruining my Christmas.
It was like over 12 months ago they got canned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was early last year.
Oh, wow.
But I have been told it's pretty easy to get around Japan, so...
Yeah. It's very easy. Like, you don't need to speak much Japanese.
It would have been easier to get around Japan on Mario Karts.
Yeah, I spoke to my friend who's living over there at the moment, and she said you can do the touristy stuff, but if you want to go deeper, a lot of them, unless you can speak fluent Japanese, they won't help you out at all. So having someone who can translate and talk to them for you means you're going to get into places and go further. So
it's the same when it comes to going over there and looking at some of the car workshops. You got to have people in the know.
Yeah.
That can get you in there. I know there's one guy in WA here that organises group tours up there, but the group tours only limit them normally to 5 or 6 people because that's all they can get into some of the workshops.
Who you're talking about, yeah. I say we can just email Import Monster.
Just rock up there and drop a car off. Hey, can we need this back in Australia in a couple of months' time?
Oh man.
We are dumb enough to do that.
Well, the only reason I'm thinking we get a wagon is it's got plenty of boot space to fill full of shit. Send back to Australia.
Yeah, sure. It's got nothing to do with going up in the freaking hills and seeing how good the old drive system is.
That too, but yeah. So my mate does. He goes and buys a Impala or something from America, and then fills it up with all the parts in it, ships it back.
Yeah, we had. I don't know if they're still doing it. There's a couple of guys here that have been doing container loads of car parts out of America.
Yeah.
I looked at it. $5,000 to get a 40-foot container here from LA.
Yeah.
And they're making some pretty good money out of it. They're bringing a whole bunch of stuff from tires, spare parts, new parts.
Yeah. Making heaps.
Just filling the container up and away they go.
Might do that with Control Freaks. Container of Control Freaks.
Control Freaks. Why?
Just don't give them the credit card details, bro, because mine's been fucking compromised twice.
Because eBay sells them for like $50 each over here, when I paid like $12 American when I was over there. Crazy.
I just ordered them from them for $13.
That's what Coxy did, and then his credit card got swiped.
Yeah, I used PayPass.
Who did you order? I'd ordered directly from Control Freak themselves, and then I was at the gym 2 weeks before I got married, and I got an email from my bank saying your card's been used in a fraudulent activity, and your card's been blocked. And I was like, fuck, whatever. Went to BP, get me coffee. Card wouldn't work. I'm like, okay. Changed cards. And the bank's on the phone saying, so your card was used to try and purchase a ticket in East Europe this morning to head to a red zone, which I'm assuming Somalia, somewhere around there. But it was blocked due to the location that it was being used in. And I was like, how much was it? And they're like €3,500. And I'm like, oh, shit. It would have maxed my card by $500. Otherwise, I would have been fucking away with it.
Jeez.
And then I was like, sweet, that's cool. Got a letter from Control Freak themselves saying that their databases had been compromised and that if any fraudulent activity had been noticed on your account, to get in touch with them. Tried to get in touch with them, nobody wanted to talk to me.
Wow.
So they were doing the good PR thing, but not following it up.
Yeah, not following it through.
They're probably
4
just
years
looking
when I
for
was down the
local.
4 years later, I'm like, surely they've got this shit in order. Go and order some more Control Freaks. They arrive into New Zealand, and then 6 months later, I'd been to the dentist, had my wisdom teeth out, and I get a phone call from this number, and it's like, so and so from ANZ. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Here's a scam. Your credit card's been compromised, and I was like, righto. He's like, what's your last transaction? And I was like, no, well, if you're so good, tell me. And he's like, okay, this is what it was. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm picking that Control Freak had been done over again, and my fucking credit card had been used fraudulently again, but this time it's in America. So if I'm going to buy from them, I'm be using it on a fucking Prezi card, preloaded. So fucking, I know once it's finished, it's gone, and I can't get contracted back for it.
Or PayPal it.
I just use PayPal.
Yeah, PayPal's the.
Are they actually any good?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
I love them. Weird by them.
Mm-hmm.
I've never used one, so I wouldn't know.
24/7.
All my controllers have them.
Yeah.
Guess I'm missing out then.
I have spares. I have spares, Matt.
Has anyone got a promo code I can use?
Yeah. Dirty Kiwi at checkout.
Fuck, we need one.
I've got 8 behind me. Well, I had 8 behind me, but yeah, I've got 8 packets. I brought heaps when I was in America. So.
Want some alphas?
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah, I bought a lot.
Definitely worth it.
I've been looking at their 8 cables and their 8K HDMI cables and thinking about doing a fucking order for those.
Yeah, they look pretty nice, eh?
Yeah.
They're a bit overpriced.
Well, not when I can buy an 8K cable here for $149 and that's on staff price.
That's ridiculous for an 8K cable.
Yeah, exactly.
It's New Zealand.
And the $14.99 or $24.99 US.
Yeah, I paid 38 something for my 8K cables, and I bought 2 of them, and they're 5 meters long each.
Fuck yes. Now that is good sizing.
Well, I needed it because my PC's on this fucking side, my Xbox on this fucking side.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure I can get the Christmas.
It's good pricing. Yeah, I'll be keen, Coxy. Let me know.
But
yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be living in the next month, so
neither.
I might just get them and ship them to my parents or something.
That's okay, because me and Bassmaster are going to stay right here in Australia. We know exactly where we're going to be living for a little bit anyway. I might go and live in the swamp.
The accounting mob I'm a member with normally has an annual conference in Wellington, so I have contemplated doing that.
Oh, do it.
Oh my God.
Do it.
Fucking give us a couple of weeks' notice.
Yeah. 6 hours down the road. Easy.
You'll get fucked over, Matt.
It's a work conference, work expense.
45-minute flight.
Okay. Upcoming releases. There's actually nothing really of note that's coming out in the near future until probably January. So,
you're missing the biggest one.
What?
Season 1 of fucking Cold War.
I said there's nothing of note. The only thing that I saw that's like worth mentioning was MXGP 2020. I mean, they're pretty decent games. You don't really get much better for motocross games these days. So that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, whoop-de-doo. First season of a crap COD games coming out. And a ton of indie games. There was actually about 4 pages of indie games coming out on PC, and I just couldn't be fucked.
To be fair, at PAX, the indie section is pretty fun to go through.
Oh yeah, I know. I used to do it every single freaking year. But these are games that I never even heard of.
Must be quite easy to develop indie games for PC these days.
It is with fucking Steam, that's for sure.
Oh, look at Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd seen something about that the other day, that they've just hired their 4th developer. So there's only 3 of them that develop the game.
Yeah.
And I think they worked out on current sales in the last 6 months on that game or something like that. If it was 1/3 equal share in the business, they would have made like $1.5 million each or something like that.
Damn.
And yeah, at the Game Awards, when they first won their first award, they were crying.
That's cool.
By the time they hit their 5th award, they couldn't fucking speak anymore.
I would have just been standing in the background knocking back a few shots, I reckon.
One of them they had to hold up on the phone. I think it was like their new developer or something. But
yeah, I remember seeing that because he's not there with the rest of them yet or something.
Yeah. So, apart from Cyberpunk, what's everyone been fondling?
I'm still smashing Valhalla because it's taking fucking ages. Yeah.
Yeah. You get to siege castles and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that.
I went back and had a look at Forza, but it looks like it's bugged out. You can't get into online, so
that's weird.
I've been having that issue as well. I thought it was my internet connection, but everything else.
Yep, everyone. Yep.
What do I see?
Isn't there supposed to be a Cyberpunk vehicle? That's the only reason I loaded it back into it. I thought there was getting that.
It was pretty quick, but
that's why I had a look. But nah.
85 3 wheel spins, 95 single wheel spins. So
yeah, I think I had about the same.
Gonna have to do a stream one night and fucking open the shit out of those.
I'm waiting. Does anyone reckon Valhalla's going to go on sale for Christmas?
Yeah, easy. Yeah, it'll go on sale on the store. Easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at grabbing it.
Actually, can we just go back to Cyberpunk for a minute? I was on eBay today when I got my fucking Xbox light that I'll have up in my new house. Have you guys seen that Cyberpunk neon light?
I believe so.
No,
yes.
I've seen the wallet.
$109.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's proper neon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, jeez.
Neon's not cheap. If it was LED, it would be like $30.
Right, so it's actually proper neon. Is that what you're telling me?
Well,
because it looks wicked.
And you can't mass produce neon.
No.
You have to do it all by hand.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're still making guides for games. They're making a guide for Cyberpunk.
Who's doing that? Because Prima shut down.
Have they?
Yeah, they did.
There's a lot of online guides now, though.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
That's why they shut down.
Right.
They did their online ones, but their print was their bread and butter.
Yeah, right.
But the print ones were actually not bad.
Yeah.
Well, I got the Assassin's Creed one for Syndicate.
That was a good one.
Because it was like $15 or something. And I was like, oh yeah, that'll go in the pile of crap that I'm never going to look at.
The problem.
But back to the neon light. I fucking think I want it.
You think
I'm trying to find it?
Hang on, I'll post it to you right now in the chat.
With the problem with print guides is, especially these days,
I found it.
Games update that quickly that sometimes they're rendered useless in some parts.
Yeah.
And that's why they started doing like the code to get your digital version in the back of the Prima guides, and you do that and they'll update them as they go, but it's just not sustainable.
Nah. That's why the Xbox magazine stock.
My local EB doesn't have stock.
I was going to say, did you just fucking buy it?
I would have if I had stock.
It's nice, eh? Like, I rate it. I actually do like it.
And it's an EB exclusive, so I can't even go get it from those other idiots in town.
No, it's EB only. But now that you've said it's neon, maybe it is.
Guys, still don't have my carrot stash for my fucking Xbox.
Nah, neither do I.
You know why?
Do they even?
Because they can
not even doing that anymore.
Well, yeah. How will they know who's level 5?
I heard level 5 only lasts for a year.
It does.
Yeah, I've got it 3 years in a row.
Same.
What?
And you know what the problem is? They treat us like shit.
They don't give it two shits.
Yeah.
We could be level 5. You get no priority out of it at all. You
No,
get
because like, I
nothing.
remember when level 4 came out, it was supposed to be like you get 2 days in advance. You could pre-order exclusives and shit.
You don't get that.
I think the only perk you
world.
get with a level 5 is they hold it after launch date. You get like 20 days to pick it up or something like that.
But you don't. They sold 2 of my fucking controllers not even a week after they launched on me after I pre-ordered them. I'm like, I'm a fucking level 5.
Mate, I'm just I just make friends with the manager and be like, hey, I'm not going to be here. Can you hold this for me? Yep, no worries.
Well, that was the problem. I used to be very good friends with the manager. I used to run a fucking store.
Carrot stash is that to get level 5?
It's not about carrots. You have to be in the top carrots, but you also have to be the most engaged. So you have to do tradings, you have to do pre-orders, you have to buy pre-owned, you have to buy loot, you have to buy games hardware, everything.
I fucking do.
And you got to be up in the high level for each store, I think it is.
Yeah. So there's only 1,000 in Australia. I'm not sure how many there was in New Zealand.
Right.
But I'm going to say significantly less than 1,000.
So what's your guys' carrot stashes? Do I even want to know, Birdie?
After I found out that it only lasted a year, my ambitions to get it wasn't really there anymore.
Yeah.
44,500.
Oh, yeah. So you're not too far ahead of me.
That's what I mean. It's got nothing to do with it. Because I ran a store for 3 years, everything, I was there every day, so everything I did was with them.
Yeah, right.
Like, Netflix subscription run out, I'll just buy a Netflix card. Like, it was right there.
Mine's 62,400.
See, there you go.
Okay. I'm at just over 28,000.
Yeah, I'm just under 28.
So everyone's level 4s, but yeah, you just got to be that high tier of engaged customers. Like, even when they send out their stupid fucking emails to like do reviews and stuff like that, they track all that as well.
Yeah, I survey.
Oh, fuck, I don't. Fuck that. It annoys the shit out of me.
That's why.
I do.
Because
I actually think the WA region rep sends me surveys just to boost the feel that they get for WA, because I'm not joking. I reckon every time I've been in there, except for probably the last 3 or 4 times, I've got a survey.
That might be because of me, because the last couple I got, I didn't return them in very good order, and I haven't had one since. And if she wants to fucking have a chat to me, well, she's got my fucking phone number because we used to be really good friends. But she needs to sort out her fucking staff and managers. She's a nice enough girl, but fuck her.
I'm waiting to see what state my Series 1 Elite controller comes back in.
Yeah, after a second or third repair.
Second.
Still can't stand away my Elite 2.
Oh, they've already said that they'll instantly swap my Elite 2 if it does have stick drift, but I don't think it does. I think it's the actual game.
That's what I mean. They should be replacing under warranty Elite Series 2s without issue.
They only last 90 days.
No, it's a year now.
No, it's
in New Zealand. It's only 90.
It's a year. They are running on old information. When they first came out, it was 90 days. They changed it under 6 months later.
Yeah, well, I tried to argue in 2 different cities.
Plus, it's also against Australian consumer law anyway.
Yeah, Australian consumer protection.
And do you know if you log it with Microsoft through your things anyway, you get 2 years through the Microsoft website.
Yeah, they give it to you for free.
Which you can send to Aussie anyway and get it replaced. But I got mine replaced. So yeah, man, it's a bit weird. Kick up a shit.
I have kicked up a shit to the point I just bought another one.
I would just call customer service, because as soon as you complain to customer service, they get on their high horse and they tell the store manager to just do it.
Yep. This product has a 90-day limited warranty. If your controller
Who says that?
out, that's what they told me on the phone, because I took your advice and rang customer service, and that's the same shit they were telling me in the store.
Send them the link to the Microsoft fucking listing because they changed it.
And I swore at the fucking EB manager in Christchurch. I was like, you expect me to pay $280 for a fucking controller that doesn't last 6 months? You can get fucked. It's the shittest fucking product I ever bought, and walked out. I had a gutful. Sick of fucking trying to get it fixed.
It's fucking, it's not right. And they should be replacing it. I mean, I've never worked in retail management in New Zealand, so I'm not sure on what the consumer law is over there, but I do know for a fact Microsoft did change the warranty on it.
Yeah.
In all regions.
Yeah.
Maybe give Microsoft a call.
Nah, they're out of business now. We tried that online, but they've, I don't know, because of COVID, their Sydney depot's shut.
No, they're back now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be back on now. Yeah, everything's
Coxy
open
only
back
tried
up.
like a month ago.
Yeah, I think it must
A
be
month ago, they probably would have been still in lockdown.
Yeah, I think it might have been under a month ago. I emailed somebody that I knew that works for the marketing for Xbox Australia, and they replied to me, and they were in their office. Well, I had their office tag on it, not their home tag.
Yeah.
All right, let's go try fucking get this one sent away.
Okay, well, while you do that, we should wrap this up because we're running a bit long here.
Yeah, I got work at 4 a.m. Let's go.
So anyway, shit. What have you been playing, Matt? I didn't even fucking ask you.
How was it? Cyberpunk. I've been playing a bit of that naughty word of Cold War, Call of Duty Cold War, just to have a play around the different modes they keep releasing.
Mm.
But yeah, that's about it. Jumped back on Forza Horizon 4 and a bit of Destiny 2. But yeah, just jumping around. I've been mainly just trying new games out. Now they've got Series X patches, to be honest.
Yeah, I've been pretty much doing the same as well. Like I played NBA 2K21 for a while, and that looks really good. I think that's probably the best next-gen exclusive looking game so far that I've seen. I haven't tried Forza since its update yet. I was playing it a fair bit before it, though. Destiny 2 looks really good with its update for Series X. That was...
Speaking about NBA 2K21,
mm-hmm.
Have you seen the bloody wager system they got going on with that game, like bloody Call of Duty? Well, I've seen guys winning $1,000 a game and things like that. I'm just like, really? You're playing basketball online and you're that cocky that you're going to put $1,000 bet against yourself?
Jeez.
Yeah,
I was like, oh well.
I'd rather do that on COD rather than NBA. I'm not that good at NBA.
The funny part is the COD ones that I've seen, the only wages you seem to be able to get are the ones where you're paying like $2 or $3 for a game. So
fair enough.
It seems to be that the basketball ones is where the cocky people start getting in.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's that? 40 minutes a game. So
yeah,
it's a long haul. You might as well make it worth your money.
I actually played. I played Call of the Sea on the weekend. Actually,
apparently that's good.
Really good. Yeah, puzzle game, really good. So it's on Game Pass.
Mm.
So yeah, get amongst it if you haven't. Good
yeah,
fun.
That's pretty much about it. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us anyway. So, Dirty Kiwi, where we can find your stuff?
Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, X_dirty_Kiwi_X.
Is it triple X for the OnlyFans?
Those feet pics have been going off, I tell you.
Oh God,
we're all over it. We're all over it though.
Coxy, where can we find you?
Instagram is gaming Coxy, all one word. Twitch is xdirtycoxyx. Facebook is Dirty Coxy Gaming, and Twitter is Coxy_gaming.
Our BassMstrAU.
It's just BassMstrAU on pretty much everything from Xbox, Instagram, Twitter. And no, I'm not in that like you are. No one wants to see photos of me.
You're missing out, bro. You're missing out.
He's not into the feet pics.
Not unless people want to see photos of my dog. That's about the only thing.
Okay, and you can find me at pretty much everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all birdyassassin, all one word. And if you want to get in contact with us, you can do so at podcast@essentialgamer.com.au or find us on socials. It's Essential Gamer AU on Instagram and Facebook, and Essential Game AU on Twitter. So that's going to do it for episode 2 of the Hopeless Gamer podcast, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
Cheers, guys.